George and Lenny set out on a journey to find the wood. After a long journey, George and Lenny rest from their journey on the river. At the river, they talk about their dreams. After they tell about the dreams they want to achieve, they believe they can fulfill those dreams. After resting, they continue their journey to find work. George and Lenny go to the ranch and meet a worker named Candy. Candy asks them, do they want to find work? George say yes, they want to work and they will work hard. After that, Candy tells George and Lenny about the street boss on the ranch and the boss' sons who always makes trouble. George and Lenny have to be ready to face the challenge of working on the ranch. After that, George and Lenny go into the bunkhouse after getting jobs. At the bunkhouse, they meet with another workers at the ranch. They then chat with the workers in the bunkhouse. The warning that was told by Candy was also told by the workers who were in the bunkhouse. Lenny is scared after that because he is worried about letting George down because of his behavior, but George advised him to work with and not make trouble.
Created using Powtoon.
Hi, I'm Pavitra. Lenny and George meet the boss and his son Curly. The boss tells Lenny and George that he is upset at how late they are and he is also starting to have suspicions about Lenny because he's quiet. The boss also noticed that George keeps talking to strange Lenny. Then they meet Curly, who asks them if they have seen his wife. Curly dislikes Lenny because of his impressive size. We find George and Slim in the bunkhouse, discussing Lenny and the new puppy Slim gave him. Lenny now spends most of his time in kennel petting the puppies. George and Slim are comfortable around each other, so George tells Slim about Lenny's past. What happened in weeks between Lenny and a woman wearing a red skirt when he grabbed her skirt. After George and Slim talked about Lenny's past, Carlson entered the bunkhouse, again complaining about the smell and the uselessness of Candy's dog. He's not good for you and he is not good for himself. Why don't you shoot him, Candy? At first, Candy struggled, saying the dog wasn't in severe pain and he couldn't imagine not having him. But in the end, he lets Carlson take the dog out to kill him because he doesn't want to do it himself. That's all from me. Thank you.
This is no ordinary friendship. Even though George calls Lenny crazy bastard, George looks after Lenny and it's probably for the best because Lenny has some yucky habits. He sometimes picks up dead mice because he likes stroking them in his pockets. They often get fired from jobs because Lenny's intellectual impairments can create unintended problems. They are interrupted by Curly's wife. As usual, she feels lonely and she calls George to give company. But George ignores her because he wants to take care of Lenny. Curly's wife asks George why you protective of your little friend. George explains he is strong but he didn't realize his own strength, so I have to prevent him from trouble. Lenny wanders into Crook's room to see his puppy. Crooks is annoyed to be disturbed and he lets Lenny know about it. Crooks knows that no one wants to be around him. He thinks Lenny is crazy but appreciates having someone to talk to. In fact, Crooks wants to tell Lenny all about himself. We learn that Crooks grew up on his father's chicken ranch and that there is only one African American family in Soledad, the nearest town. No wonder Crooks feel alone.
Hi, I'm Shahrul. Lenny and George are talking about their dreams. Lenny is getting excited about the bunnies they will have on their own farm in the future. They talk about their goals for freedom and independence as well as their plans. Candy and Slim, two more ranch workers, come into the bunkhouse and join the chat. The unity and friendship among the employees are portrayed as they exchange dreams and stories. When Lenny comes in, Crooks, the African-American stable buck, is alone himself. They talk about the individual loneliness and aspirations for a better life. When Curly's wife arrives, she adds to the tension by making fun of the guys and threatening Crooks. As Curly's wife departs, Crooks and Lenny become friends through the shared sense of loneliness. Lenny gets upset after inadvertently killing one of the puppies. Lenny is found in the barn by Curly's wife, who starts a conversation with him. Lenny accidentally kills Curly's wife as a result of his own uncertainty and desperation. Lenny leaves the barn after realizing how serious the situation is. When the other ranch employees see the body, they organize a mob to find Lenny. George makes a choice that will have huge repercussions for both of them after understanding what Lenny has done. That's all. Thank you.
Apart from that, we also learned the harmful impact of marginalization in society, where individuals facing social and economic disadvantages are stripped of their humanity and treated as less than equal. The characters such as Candy, Crooks, and Curly's wife experience discrimination, isolation, and limited opportunities due to their race, age, or gender. The novel exposed the injustice and prejudice of the time, reminding us of the importance of treating others with dignity and equality regardless of their circumstances.
Story, I learned loneliness and isolation. It is important for people to have friends and connection. The way characters like Crooks, Candy, and Curly's wife are portrayed shows how being alone is bad and how much people want to connect with others.
Based on this story, one of the lessons is the responsibility and sacrifice. George's realization of Lenny's actions and his subsequent decision demonstrate themes of responsibility and sacrifice. George is faced with a difficult choice and ultimately takes on the burden of deciding Lenny's fate.